All right, Google Slides, how to use it in clinical practice. So when you're thinking of ways to use Google Slides or PowerPoint or Keynote in session, I want to encourage you to shift from thinking of slides as just a way to show pictures or show text. It's not just a display. Slides can also be used as a board or a collage to interact with. So shifting from display to interactive. Um, so by board, I mean like something like this with one of these Velcro things. You can do this digitally. You know, take something out, put it back in, and I will show you how to do that. So the first example of using Google Slides that I want to share is this emoji music presentation created by Danielle Keaton, who is a music therapist, and she used a template from slidesgo.com. So this example is basically just your normal presentation where you have some pictures up and you do music or talk about it. So this is Emoji Music Winter Edition, and the basic premise is it's like Pictionary except you're using emojis. So if you're presenting this, let me presenter view. All right. So if you're presenting this, you can see that we've got some emojis and that are shushing you. And then we have a city or a town with the moon. So if you think about it, Silent Night, there you go. So let's say your client or the person you're working with guesses it. In addition to these images on the top left, you also have some audio. So actually, this presentation actually goes beyond just pictures being uploaded. There's also audio. So the way you upload audio, I will show you in a little bit. But we're going to go to our next example. So the next thing I want to show you guys is a story, roll a song. And I actually got this idea from Kate Shannon, who is also a technical collaborator. She has these fun PDFs in which you get to create your own story by rolling dice. So basically the premise is you and your client or clients have a die and you roll it, and whatever you land on is the character that you have. Roll it again, whatever character is the setting you have, and roll again is whatever challenge you have. And from this character, setting, and challenge, you create a story. So I found a similar version of this in Google Slides from Techie Teacher, in which you're able to move stuff around and change images and then actually type your story and title and copy and paste images. So you can find the template here and make a copy of it. And it's loading. And the cool thing about it being digital is one, you can take these circles and whatever number they land on, you can actually put the circle over the image, which is really cool. And then also, if they don't have a physical dice, you can actually, in the notes, find this digital die roller. And there you go. It rolls it for you. There you go. So what I did was I basically took this template and I manipulated it to be roll a song. So after creating a story with whatever characters you want, so let's say that your client is really into the Avengers, you can click insert, go to image, search, and you can find, let's say, the Hulk. There's an image of the Hulk. You click and drag and resize it. And then you've got the Hulk. And then you can find Iron Man. There you go. There's Robert Downey Jr. All right. And you can put that there. And you can go on and on and on. So you can make this your own before a session starts. Or if you want, you can even create this alongside your clients if, if you want to give them more choices and allow them to choose the characters and settings and challenges that they are rolling dice between. All right, so another session idea I want to share with you guys is based off of Disney's Tangled. So with the new year happening, I was reminded of the scene in Tangled where they sing "I See the Lights" and they, float up lanterns into the sky. And in this session, basically, they got to create their own lanterns. So we watched the YouTube clip, and then we talked a little bit about lantern festivals across the world. And then we talked about how this particular one had design. So what I did was I created a slide in which they had different options of images that they could put onto their lantern. So all I did was I found a background that looked like the lantern paper, and then I clicked insert and I clicked image, and I searched for different red clip art. So we've got the sun, we've got the heart, we've got the star. All right, so after putting all these options on here, they get to choose. And then sorry, this is blank. So pretend that's blank. So let's say they want a star. So I click star, it's highlighted. Then I right click it and click copy. And then I go to the next page and click paste. And they get to choose wherever they want it. If they want to make it smaller and put a ton around, and if they want to add another design. And then at the bottom, I have this text that says 2021 Hope, and they get to just discuss what their hopes for 2021 is. All right, so let's say my hope is for the Tech Nook to be cool. All right, so how do we get this onto this? Well, you have to do a screenshot. All right, so for Windows, it's actually on your keyboard. So you go down your keyboard and you find print screen, which would probably be on your top right, and you click print screen. And then that has taken a screenshot and copied it. And then if you're a Mac, I'm not really sure. There's a couple of ways. There's actually a tool on Mac, but there's also some keyboard shortcuts, which I'm not sure. So anyways, it's copied. You go here, and then you right click, paste, and oh my gosh, there you go. So but you don't want this entire thing. You want to actually make it look like a lantern. So then you go to the top and you click crop image and hover over these little black lines, and you're going to click it and you're going to drag down and do it with each side. And now it looks more like a lantern. So once you've done that, you just click anywhere and boom. So to make it even smaller, to look like it's floating, you're gonna hover over the top right corner or whatever corner top left, and you're gonna make it smaller by clicking and holding and making it until the size you want. And then you can just click it and drag it. And now it looks like you have a lantern floating in the sky. So basically, this idea is taking, the physical act of creating a lantern, which you could actually do in session if you were in person, and just making it digital.